Good Monday afternoon. This is Greg with the National Weather Service in Spokane. Let's talk about the weather for the upcoming week of March 21st. Spring officially arrived over the weekend, and Mother Nature has taken note. We have the potential for widely scattered thunderstorms today. We are mainly looking at south central and southeast Washington between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. today. The central and southern Idaho panhandle will also have a shot at a handful of thunderstorms. Small hail, brief downpours, and cloud-to-ground lightning will accompany the strongest cells. This is pretty typical stuff for spring. These storms are not expected to be severe, and they will be too small and short-lived to produce burn scar, flash flooding, or landslides. Did I say that spring had arrived? Well, not so fast. We have the potential for locally heavy snow tonight into Tuesday morning. Winter weather advisories are in effect for a good chunk of central and southern Idaho panhandle and the Blue Mountains of southeast Washington. Our main concern is the southern and central Idaho panhandle will have the potential for significant high elevation accumulations in the Cascades as well, which could produce locally slick conditions over the Cascade passes for a few hours tonight. Let's zoom into the southern and central Idaho panhandle where the impact of this storm could be the greatest. This type of weather system is difficult for us to forecast. We are expecting a narrow band of precipitation, and snow levels will be tough to accurately predict. Our overall confidence in this snow forecast is low, but there is the potential for 2 to 6 inches of accumulation as low as 2,500 feet in Clearwater, Latah, Benewah, and southern Shoshone counties. Elevations above 4,000 feet could get a quick 6 to 12 inches in Shoshone and Clearwater counties. The snow will have the potential to be wet and heavy. If we do see a quick accumulation of 6 to 12 inches in the Idaho panhandle, the heavy and wet snow will have the potential to weigh down trees and possibly cause tree damage. Travel may also be impacted by snow or slush-covered roads. The time period we are most concerned about travel impacts will be in the hours between midnight and 9 a.m. By midday Tuesday, road and air temperatures should be warming, leading to improving road conditions. Tonight's storm will likely produce a band of 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain around Spokane, Davenport, and Grand Coulee. Again, this band of precipitation could be quite narrow, leading to some uncertainty of where the most precipitation will fall. But areas within the green shading on this map could experience some minor field flooding and ponding of water on roads. Rises on small streams and rivers will be possible as well over the Palouse and West Plains. It is important to note that we are not expecting more than 1/4 of an inch of rain at Wenatchee tonight and tomorrow, and the heavy rain should stay south of Bonners Ferry as well. We are keeping a close eye on these communities given the increased landslide risk relayed to us from local law enforcement officials. Let's talk more about the Wenatchee forecast with the potential for the slide at Whispering Ridge. We are looking at a showery weather pattern through Thursday, but we are not expecting high precipitation amounts this week along the east slopes of the Cascades. The weather pattern this week is much different than it was earlier in the month when Wenatchee had 2 separate storms bring about 1 inch of rain apiece. This week, the central Washington rain shadow will be more prevalent, especially Wednesday and Thursday, leading to relatively light rain amounts. The rain shadow is good news for the steep slopes around Wenatchee. We will continue to see an elevated risk of rock and mudslides for the next week or two, but our weather pattern is not expected to be as warm and wet as it was earlier in March. This week, our snow levels will be lower, limiting rapid runoff in the mountains. We are also expecting drier weather Friday into next week, which is even better news. The bad news is that the Idaho Panhandle will continue to experience a good deal of rain and snow this week. It won't be nearly as wet as earlier in the month, but our steep slopes in North Idaho won't be drying out much until Friday or Saturday. At this time, the storm with the most rainfall looks to arrive Wednesday night into Thursday. Another community on high alert for the potential for rock slides is Bonners Ferry, especially near Cow Creek Road. Here is our 7-day outlook. The heaviest band of rain and snow is expected to be south of Bonners Ferry tonight into Tuesday, but there will be the potential for quick downpours with quick-moving thunderstorms. The wettest system of the week will probably be Wednesday night into Thursday, which could bring a quarter to a half inch of rain with snow above 4,000 feet. In summary, our biggest weather concern for the next couple of days will be the potential for locally heavy snow between midnight and 9 a.m. Tuesday in the central and southern Idaho Panhandle. Winter weather advisories are in effect for the potential for winter driving conditions, and localized snow amounts of 6 to 12 inches could cause snow loading problems on trees. Over the next few weeks, we will continue to monitor precipitation and its potential to increase the landslide threat in steep terrain. The weather pattern will continue to be moderately wet for North Idaho through Thursday. It looks like the east slopes of the Cascades and north central Washington will be showery, but the rain shadow should limit precipitation amounts, which is good news for a large portion of Washington. Well, here's the 8 to 14 day outlook, and it looks favorable for a prolonged period of drier weather to end this month. For the period of March 29th through April 4th, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above average temperatures and below average chances for precipitation for Washington and North Idaho. Well, that ends our weather briefing. Thank you for listening, and you can stay informed on the latest weather information by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and watching our weekly weather briefings like this one on YouTube. You have a great week.